Tonight on JoyNews Prime, the governing New Patriotic Party is backing calls for the prosecution of 16 men who stormed United Television, disrupting a live show, demanding a fair representation of the party. We have details as the party reveals they are willing to assist police investigations. Meanwhile, the National Media Commission and the NDC have all condemned the act, describing it as an affront to press freedom. Also in this bulletin, over 120 election observers dispatched to Liberia by the Economic Community of West African States as the country elects new legislators on Tuesday. And later in the bulletin, Konodugu Odumasi Senior High School books a slot in the 1H stage of the 2023 National Science and Maths Quiz after defeating Sunrise Christian High School and Asamenkese Senior High School. We are your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. My name is Faustina Savo. Thanks for choosing us. Let's settle now for details. The governing New Patriotic Party has disowned some 60 men who stormed and disrupted a live entertainment program on United Television Saturday night. The angry men said they were there to demand fair representation for the NPP on the show. The leader of the group said the entertainment show had turned political, with one of the individuals not allowing fair representation for the NPP. Here's group leader.
That is our property. We need him to render an unqualified apology. Again, the same person has insulted our general secretary, he has insulted our vice president, he has insulted our president. And there's nobody here to defend them. We are the youth of this country, not only the political party that is belongs, but we are the youth of this country. And we feel that it is unfair on our part. That is why we have come here and want to be part of the program. With all due respect, we respect you so much. Well, the program has turned into a political show. So if you want us to move outside before they start the program and you can assure us that we'll come inside, fine. However, that notwithstanding, we expect that at least, even if you allow maybe about 3 or 4 of us to be here, and then the rest of the team or the invited guests can also join, we'll be glad to do so.
Well, the police arrested 16 of them and they will be put before court. Director of Communications with the NPP, Richard Ahiagbah, says the party will not sanction the act.
I listened to the NDC statement and I read it, but I think that the NDC should not get ahead of itself in commenting on this matter. As a party, we condemn it unreservedly, and we apologize to UTV and the individuals involved in the management of the program, the panelists. We have extended that apology to them. I was there in the night, spoke to them off camera and on camera to offer our apology and to make clear that the New Patriotic Party did not sanction that activity and will not sanction that. And so therefore, our position is to say there are other ways of dealing with issues, and certainly what happened yesterday is not one of them. And we condemn it. But the point I wanted to make is relative to the NDC's assumptions that they are making. As you indicated, police are in the process of investigating this matter. There hasn't been any conclusion. There hasn't been come out with who was directing these affairs. And therefore, to begin to mention people's names and cast these aspersions as though that they know for a fact who is leading this, I think is most regrettable.
While the opposition National Democratic Congress has also condemned the act and is calling on the Ghana Journalists Association and civil society organizations to do same, the party says Ghana's press freedom and democratic credentials are under serious attack as it is calling on the Ghana Police Service to expedite investigations into the incident. On your screens now is a copy of the statement released by the NDC. It reads, the National Democratic Congress has learned with utter disgust a dastardly attack that was visited on the studios of United Television last night while the station's primetime show United Showbiz was ongoing. Let's move on to the fourth paragraph. It says yesterday's event set Ghana's democracy back and further erodes our fast dwindling press freedom fortunes as a country. We in the NDC are deeply worried about the level of intolerance of dissenting views in Ghana today under the, tyrannical Akufo-Addo-Bawumia NPP government. We completely condemn the act. And then it moves on to the next paragraph. It says, the senseless attack we witnessed yesterday was clearly gogged by recent antagonistic posturing of high-ups in government and the NPP towards UTV and its flagship United Showbiz program. It goes on to say it is instructive that this attack on UTV was preceded by a letter from the New Patriotic Party's National Secretary a few days ago, which sought to impose an editorial policy on the station. This was followed by threats by leading figures of the NPP to ensure the illegal closure of the station. Indeed, some of the NPP hooligans have been captured on video saying that they attacked the studios of UTV to defend and protect the president, the vice president, and the NPP from legitimate criticism by some members of the party. The statement goes on, the last two paragraphs, quite key. The NDC is saying, we further call on the Ghana Police Service to expedite investigations into the incident and ensure that all the culprits are duly prosecuted in accordance with law. The NDC also says they are monitoring the development and they would not accept anything short of justice. That statement is signed by the National Communications Officer of the NDC. And also the National Media Commission has also released a statement condemning the act of the 16 men. We're learning that there were actually 13 who stormed UTV, and now the police has apprehended 16 of them. Investigations are ongoing. On your screens, that statement will be rolling up shortly. It reads, the National Media Commission is concerned about the reported attacks on UTV and is working with the Ghana Police Service to address the situation. The Commission is concerned about the increasing use of violence as preferred method for addressing grievances against the media and journalists. They go on to say perpetrators of such crimes must realize that violence does not produce better journalism. Last two paragraphs, he says, in the next couple of weeks, the NMC will be rolling out a comprehensive program to reactivate our key stakeholders and coordinate mechanisms for the safety of journalists to ensure the media continue to operate without fear. And that's key. That statement is signed by George Sapong, his executive secretary of NMC. Now, the Ghana Journalists Association has also released a statement condemning the act. They are very emphatic. They say that although they accept the apology from the NPP, they would not rest until they see some act from government and also from the police. The statement in the first few paragraphs talks about the event and how they have the event. But let's skip to the regime response, and that tables some of the key concerns the GJA is raising. It says the GJA has taken notice of the apology rendered by the Director of Communications of the NPP, Richard Ahiagbah, on air when he went to UTV to broker peace. Let's move on. We're also aware of a press statement signed by Richard Ahiagbah in the name of the NPP denouncing the invasion and distancing the NPP from the unacceptable act. Although he admits the perpetrators are sympathizers of the party, in as much as we welcome this apology, GJA is saying that we can only place value on its sanctity and embrace it if, then that's the big part. They said if the NPP also ensures that these individuals are called out and prosecuted. It goes on in that statement that it is also disturbing and indeed unfortunate for the leadership of the NPP to direct one of its officers to write a letter to UTV demanding content reforms in respect of United Showbiz. Although Article 1624 of the 1992 Constitution frowns on control and interference by the government and in the editorial opinion and content of media institutions. Well, it's a big thing for them because they say that they've also taken notice of press statement issued by the Minister of Information, but they're highly disappointed in the minister for issuing that wobbly statement. That's how they put it. And that was signed by Kofi Yeboah, the General Secretary of the GJA. Well, over 120 observers have been dispatched by the Economic Community of West African States for Tuesday's elections in Liberia. All counties in the country will have ECOWAS present. So far, the long-term observation team has been working with the National Electoral Commission in Liberia to resolve concerns raised by some stakeholders. Ahiagbah, who is currently in Monrovia, for us, we are your election headquarters, caught up with Samuel Kukwaindo of Atamils Institute.
We are 2 days away from the big election in Liberia. It's the fourth consecutive election since Liberia adopted democratic rule. Today, ECOWAS is dispatching its observers to the various counties here in Liberia. And Mr. Samuel Kweku Anyudohu, a Ghanaian and a politician for that matter, is one of the observers on this mission. I'll be having a brief interaction with him about what he has picked up so far. He's been through town, he's been observing things within Liberia, Monrovia to be precise, and he's picked a few things. Let's go straight to him and have a conversation with him. Mr. Indohu, welcome.
Well, thank you, my brother.
How has your stay been?
Well, excellent so far.
So we are a few days away from the big election. Now we know that the UP, the Unity Party, is trying to stage a comeback in Liberia. CDC now is in power, is in control, but it looks like the UP is doing everything possible to snatch power from them. What has been your observation so far?
Well, as you are aware, I'm an ECOWAS observer from Ghana, of course under the auspices of the Atamils Institute, and so we are just here to observe. So like you said, today is the main deployment day. I am going with my team to Nimba County, which is about 6 hours drive from Monrovia. But what we've observed so far is that the security situation seems very much under control. There's no heightened security tension. Yesterday, for example, was the main campaign day, last one for the Unity Party. And throughout town, they flowed freely. You hardly saw heavy military police presence. And then, interestingly, I happened to be around the headquarters of the CDC, which is a ruling party. And there was not a single human being in CDC colors intending to stop the UP Unity Party from proceeding. And for me, I think that the general feeling is that in the build-up to the elections on Tuesday, the political parties are campaigning freely. Of course, today is also the last day for the ruling government, so the city is going to be awash with their.
We are your election headquarters. We'll be bringing you live coverage of the Liberian elections happening on Tuesday. Now let's come back to Ghana. Long queues are often recorded at vending points of the Electricity Company of Ghana owing to intermittent network cuts. To curtail these cuts, the ECG will update offline meters onto an online consolidated management system to improve accessibility and ease prepaid payment of bills. There's more in this report.
Ashanti South Regional Manager of ECG, Engineer Ahiagbah disclosed the consolidated platform during the company's Power App Awareness, Customer Service and Appreciation Week.
There are instances where you may have meters that are offline. For those meters, yes, you still have to go to the vending stations, but we are doing everything possible to change the meters onto and then bring them onto what we call the meter management system. Now, the meter management system is a consolidated approach of managing all our meters on one platform, so that the issue of having different prepayment systems to manage our prepayment system meters will be a thing of the past. Now, the issue of network challenges would also be a thing of the past when we are able to bring every meter onto the MMS system. So yes, the Power App is coming in to solve the crowdedness in the various vending stations, because the individuals will also become vendors by themselves, because they have to vend for themselves. That is only if their meters are online. For the offline meters, we are doing everything possible. We've signed a contract with various meter producing companies to execute a project that we call LRP, Loss Reduction Project. It is for us to be able to install MMS compliant meters so that we can manage them on the MMS system.
The ECG in the Ashanti region embarked on an awareness creation on its cashless processes to improve customers' experience. The Kumasi East Area Unit in Asokwa, joined by the regional head office, journeyed across its operational areas to engage customers on the cashless system. The ECG Power App allows customers to pay electricity bills online and through a short code, as well as submit complaints remotely. The app is to help tackle overcrowding, ease payment of prepaid bill, and solve network connectivity issues at vending stations. Engineer Ahiagbah encouraged electricity consumers to patronize the ECG app.
When you download it, you go through it, you have simple prompts that will come up for you to go through it. And then you can add any number of meters to the system that you have, depending on what kind of system that you are operating on, whether it's a prepayment system or it's a post-payment system. The number of meters that you find in your house, all of them can be managed using the same Power App. If you don't have any smartphone and you still want to use the cashless system, and you have to use the cashless system as a customer of ECG, then you can use the *226# prompt, and the same directions will come for you to include your meters onto the system. Then after that, you can actually manage your whatever that you want to do, buying prepayment credit, payment of ECG bills. When you go onto the app, you would also see your balances as a post-payment customer, and then you will be able to manage your payment on the system.
Reporting for JoyNews, Clinton Yeboah.
Still in Kumasi, the Lava FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair has been a great success, with exhibitors and patrons coming up in their numbers. The annual event offers a one-stop shop for the building environment and also helps people in the construction industry. For 3 days at the Kumasi City Mall, Lava FM created a common platform for real estate and other players in the home industry to engage and sell to homeowners and other prospects. Well, Lava FM's Mona Lisa Frimpong has more in this report.
Exhibitors showcased housing services and products under one roof as they networked and provided housing solutions. Event and Promotions Manager at the Multimedia Group Limited Kumasi Unit, Eric Inkum, is impressed with the turnout of patrons.
The turnout has been good. Comparatively for this year's events compared to last year, I can say there has been improvement. But still, there are so many things that we need to put in place to ensure that we get patrons who come here and make that informed decision. So, in my estimation, it has not been bad. If I'm to rate it, I'll give it like 85%, because still multimedia always improve upon previous events.
The exhibition began on Friday, October 6, 2023, offering patrons the opportunity to explore accommodation options and decisions on where to lay their heads. Headline sponsor Republic Bank Ghana PLC showed an array of cost-effective mortgage plans to suit the needs of consumers.
So my name is Ivy Boateng. I'm a mortgage specialist with Republic Bank. I'm in the Kumasi Mortgage Hub at Asokwa. In fact, this year's turnout has been really great. It has exceeded what we expected. Comparing this year to last year, the turnout has been massive. The responses from clients that are visiting our stands has been so great. In fact, now we are getting more clients that are interested in our home completion mortgages. And some, in fact, from last year, we built on people who had come in to make more inquiries concerning the home completion. And so this year they came prepared.
The whole point of this partnership is to prepare Kumasi for the mortgage business. By the time Kumasi gets ready and prepared for real estate development and expansion, Republic Bank is what they would know.
Exhibitors say they are overwhelmed by the patronage and show of interest by the public.
I'm Letitia from DBS. The event has been very helpful because those that don't know DBS, normally they pass by, we tell them about our material. Probably they've heard about DBS, but actually they don't know what DBS does. And people know us for roofing, but they don't know we have concrete products as well. So this fair has given people to know much about DBS.
My name is Dorothy. I am with HDG Homes. We are the developers of Airport City Kumasi and the Kensington Heights. The turnaround, the patronage has been...
You're watching JoyNews Prime. We're taking a quick breather. When we return, we'll tell you about the African Court Coalition. They're lashing out at government over delays in complying with orders from the African Court. You want to stay tuned in for that. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the African Court Coalition has lashed out at government over delays in complying with court orders from the African Court. In the case of businessman Ahiagbah, the court advised government to hold on with its prosecution while it considered some of the issues that had been brought before it. However, that ruling was stepped aside by government, a move the coalition says is unfortunate. They're therefore calling on civil society organizations to pressurize government to comply with such decisions. There's more in this report.
5 countries that have ratified the African Court Coalition and among 12 countries that have filed for a declaration to the coalition to allow individuals to report cases to the court after exhausting the local apex court of authority. However, Ghana has delayed in implementing decisions of the African Court. It highlighted the case of businessman Ahiagbah and the associated delay of response to orders of the court. Human rights lawyer and member of parliament for Medina, Francis Xavier Susu, shared his concerns on how this act is dampening the regional integration of the country.
When they look at the interim orders that are given to against Ghana, Ghana does not respect it. The typical case was that of like Ahiagbah, where there was an interim order that his assets be not to be attached. But the Attorney General went ahead and attached his properties, even though the substantive case was decided against him. The fact that the Attorney General was not even patient enough to respect the interim orders given by the African Court clearly shows that, it clearly creates a doubt as to whether they would even abide by a final judgment.
He further called on civil society organizations and the media to push government to amend Ghana's act to include the decisions of the African Court.
Cannot achieve regional integration without regional bodies. One of those regional institutions that can consolidate Africa's effort to reintegrate, or Africa's effort to achieve integration, is the various courts that we have. For example, the African Court on Human and People's Rights. Now, the problem is that when the African Court on Human and People's Rights takes a decision, our courts are slow at implementing that decision.
Let's talk about the National Science and Maths Quiz. After an impressive clash of minds at the University of the Kwame University of Science and Technology Auditorium, Konongo Odumasi Senior High School has comfortably booked a slot in the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Well, there's more in this report.
So all the way from Konongo Odumasi Senior High School have qualified to the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Today they came up against Sunrise Senior High School and Asamankasi Senior High School. And of course at the end of the contest today, they have won and they are proceeding to the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Hence the jubilation you see here. It was a fierce contest and at the end of the day, they clinched the last point to make it to the next stage of the competition. How was the contest for you? How was the contest for you?
Beautiful. It's amazing, interesting. It was so amazing.
Going forward, what are we to expect from Konongo Odumasi?
Better. Expect the best from us. We are coming with heat.
Okay. Well, Prempeh College will be coming, Presec Legon will be coming. What are we to expect from you?
We are telling the Prempeh and the Presec people that they should come. We are coming with speed. We are finding our speed without time and distance.
Don't you think that as champions before Prempeh College, 7-time champions?
Wait.
We don't fear anybody. We don't fear anybody. We don't fear anybody. Okay. I understand your boys are very good, but then each and every school coming to the contest is so good. What should we expect? What exceptional thing are you going to do at the 1/8 stage, Konongo Odumasi?
We are going to meet the Prempeh. I said it earlier that we are going to find our speed without distance and time. So we shall do it. We shall do it better and better. We hope for the best. And we are bringing a cup to our school. Boys are good. Master, they are coming with a cup.
Okay. So you also have something to say.
Yeah. The Latin says, Kimutum datum espatum. Espatum. It means that who much is given, much is expected. So you have been given, so expect much from us.
Okay, so they are saying that every school coming into the 1/8 stage should expect much from them because as they proceed, they are proceeding with so much heat. From the KNUS SHS Auditorium, my name is Nana Boachi Dankwai Yadom.
Interesting stuff there. Well, the 2023 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Prime Time Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service. That's it for Joy News Prime. My name is Faustina Sava. For more news, please log on to my joyonline.com. Good evening.